Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. It is 9:30. It is Cotton Cuts time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Kim's creating. You're joining us from the road. That makes me so happy. I love sitting here and watching you guys chat amongst yourself every morning. I feel like we need to ask who So Magic is, because you were just like all up in here and like engaging with everybody. I love, love, love it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know wherever you are right now, it is hot and humid. I feel like that's just a state of being in the United States this week. Oh, we are hitting 110 this week, you guys, for heat index. And so I know like the heat index is a concept that really only exists in the Midwest. And that's that there's the air temperature, and then there's when you add on the humidity, it drives it up to a certain level that is unacceptable in many places. And so, yeah, we have a heat index of like 110 this week. And both of my boys are trying out for high school sports outside. And it is like every 15 minutes, they have to give those kids a water break. It is brutal. But I mean, they could be playing football, and in which case they would have all the helmets and the gear on. So it could be much worse. I'm so thankful, you guys, we have power. Yes, I know Kim mentioned that in one of her comments. We did not have power last week, you guys. It was the bonkers thing. On Wednesday, our power here flickered a little bit, and the emergency lights came on and were on all night long. And we got in, and it was like the power was off, but it also was on in some places, but it wasn't drawing full wattage. So it wasn't enough power to turn on our air conditioning or our Wi-Fi, but we could plug in fans that would like blow air and then stop, and then blow air and stop. It was an adventure. We were here. We finally had to call it. But the good news is we were able to take everything we're going to talk about last week and talk about it again today. Lori says it's cool and wet. I think I would be thankful if it was cool and wet, Lori, because it is hot in lots of places in this world. So, well, we're inside. We're in air conditioning, and we're in air conditioning that works, and we're in power that works. And so we're able to be here with you guys today. We have a fantastic couple of things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our new Rosa's workshop. I am so excited about Rosa's workshop. This is something new we're doing at Cotton Cuts, and you guys are going to be the first ones to hear about it and see it, and hopefully be the first ones to get in on it. So we're going to talk a lot more about that in a second here. We're also going to be unboxing the Summit Puzzle Mystery Quilt. And so even if you're a seasoned detective or if you're a first-time detective, this is a great video to watch, because I'm going to unbox everything. I'm going to talk about all the inserts you've gotten. I'm going to give some explanation and color behind, and I hope everyone learns something new by the end of the show. And if you have any questions, if it's your first time through and you're like, I don't know what this means, I'm confused by X, please ask that here. If you have the question, someone else most definitely does too, and I am more than happy to answer that for everybody. All right. Ooh, Anne says she lost her air conditioning for 3 days. It's 90 degrees in her house. Anne, I'm so very sorry. Is there something wrong with the video? I don't know, Disney Dame, if there's something wrong with the video. I will have to ask other folks. 104 in Granbury, Texas, going to stay inside and quilt. Yeah, Joe Mosley, I agree. It is It is a hot, hot place to be. Disney Dame, I don't know if you're having problems with audio or video. Just go ahead and ask in our team. We have Allison today. She's working the board, and so she's going to see if she can help and get everything you need to know to be in the right place. All right, but before we're able to talk about Summit and before we're able to talk about Rosa's workshop, we are going to get into questions submitted from you. So go to cottoncuts.com/live, submit your questions for the show. These are here. Allison is now going through them and putting them into the script for me. And we will see where today's conversation takes us. So first question comes to us from Marcy Whitfield from Bend, Oregon. Gosh, Marcy, I hope it is colder in Bend, Oregon than it is everywhere else. But good morning, and thank you so much for your question. Marcy asks, is there a color combination you keep coming back to even when you try to branch out? Ooh, okay, so this is a fun comfort zone question. I wish Dominic was here with me. But is there a color combination you keep coming back to even when you want to branch out? I feel like there's colors that I am more comfortable using. And so for me, it's always rich jewel tones. Give me a good blue, royal blue, give me a good purple, give me a good red. Any rich jewel tone I love. And every now and then I try and challenge myself by, getting out and trying something new. And I try it and it feels uncomfortable and I feel proud of the project that's done. But if I am left to my own devices, unless there's a catalyst to push me off my comfort zone, it is rich jewel tones for most of the time. I also think that, it is uncomfortable to do something different like that consistently. And I'm an equal opportunity quilter. I'll quilt everything, but I feel like if left to my own devices, it's rich jewel tones. I'm going to push this back to you guys. Is there a color combination you keep coming back to even when you try to branch out? Is there something that is your default crutch, or do you consider yourself an equal opportunity fabric enthusiast? Do you like every color? Do you sew with anything no matter what it is? Do you gravitate, and I'm going to push this, do you gravitate towards a certain designer? Like, is this something like, if left to my own device, I'm going to buy every collection and only sew with this fabric for the rest of my life? I feel like that's a good kind of question to ask, because we oftentimes talk about how to get outside the comfort zone. Very seldom do we talk about the actual comfort zone. So Greta says any Tula and any red is what she loves. Let's see here. Jan Tyndall, she agrees with the jewel tones. They're very elegant. I feel like they're very timeless. I feel like they work well with a lot of different fabrics. Anne loves rich colors. Kathy loves purples and blues. She has a lot of that. Catherine says she sews just about anything. Catherine was, I think, a longtime member of our classic box. And you get that, Catherine. It's anything, as long as it's pretty fabric and it works well together. I will say where it is easiest for me to get outside my comfort zone is if I start with a fabric I love, and then I'm able to blend or match other fabrics with it, then I feel like that's a good way to kind of get outside the comfort zone. But I always have to start, I'm most comfortable starting with something that's in my comfort zone, and that gets me outside the comfort zone. The comfort zone adjacent, we'll say. Comfort zone adjacent. Let's see here. Lonnie loves blues, a lot of blues. Jan Tyndall likes Jason Yenter. That's an underrated designer. I feel like there's a lot of Jason Yenter fans out there, but they're not the Tula fans, but there are a lot of Jason Yenter fans. So Jan, you are in good company. Blue. Susan has a color, or Laurel Birch. Laurel Birch, classic. I love the metallic and the African animals. It's fantastic. For some reason, I've been gravitating towards green. Terry says that's not even a favorite color. You know how I feel about green, Terry? Like, it hurts me. The green, it's not even on the rainbow in my world. Kathy says she cannot sew with black fabric. I feel like that's another inspired color choice, that you can't sew with black fabric. I feel like when I was growing up, it was pick a color and put it with white, pick a color, put it with white. And that was everyone's comfort zone, was color with white as the only form of backdrop. And then we felt like we needed to do something different. And so then we started doing it with tone on tone, like, oh, we're going so different. It's white tone on tone. And now I feel like there was a period of time where everything was against black and everything was very dark. And now we're in this kind of intermediary background fabric where it doesn't have to be white, it doesn't have to be black, it doesn't even have to be a solid. And so it's an interesting world to live in, but I think it's all your frame of reference. And I know that when I was first starting as an adult, everything had a black background. All the kids' blankets I made had a black background. And so it's just interesting how these things trend. Let's see. Joe Mosley says she's not a fan of a green unless it's emerald, no orange, but she loved Tula Sunrise. I agree. I'm not an orange fan. I don't typically gravitate towards it. It's not green in my world. It's just, it looked fantastic in that quilt. So Magic loves batiks. Zen Fabrics, Marsha Durst are a few she loves. For Lonnie, Ruby Star is her current collection for Collada. That's fantastic. We like Ruby Star here as well. Bright, unusual captures the colors that capture the eye. Hello, everybody. Okay. Who knows, right? It's just a quilter's crayon box, you guys. You can pick whatever color you want. Everyone has their own preferences, everyone has their own likes. It's not like one quilter to fit them all. So it's really, what do you keep coming back to in your comfort zone? And comfort zone is okay. Our next question comes to us from Sharon Ellsworth from Biloxi, Mississippi. Ooh, we're going to be close to you real soon here. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be in New Orleans, Sharon. Thanks so much for your question, Sharon. Sharon asks us, do you think the pattern makes the quilt, or is it really all about fabric choice? Okay, I'm going to read this again. Do you think the pattern makes the quilt, or is it really all about fabric choice? So we're going to crowdsource this answer too. Do you think the pattern makes the quilt, or is it about fabric choice? And so I think pattern can have a significant impact on the overall quilt. Your fabric choice can break a good pattern. I will say that's true. Fabric choices can make or break a pattern. And I would say that, if you have a really fantastic pattern and you make it in prints that are the wrong scale, the wrong color, that aren't, color theory aligned, it can go astray on you. It can get out of control pretty quickly. I would say the alternate is probably true. You can use good fabric and a bad pattern and save it, right? I feel like if you've got a pattern that someone picks out for you and you're not loving it, you can save it back to good and to love with your fabric choice. So I think fabric can break a good pattern, and it can also make a bad pattern. I hope that answers your question, Sharon. I think both matter. I think So Magician is right. It is both. But I think one can save the other. So I don't necessarily know if you have to have both a good pattern and good fabrics in order to make a winning quilt. I think you can hit one or the other and still win. I think a bad pattern with bad fabric is probably going to not work out really well for anybody. But I think as long as you hit one, you have a good chance of success. Hitting both is a good chance of success. But it is definitely, fabrics is a good choice here as well. If you put like colors that are just eyesores together, it's not going to work very well. I think this is part of one of the reasons that I like the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and we'll talk about it in a second, you guys, is because we do all that fabric coordination for you. So you're not going to be putting it together and buying the yardage at the shop and making substitutions here and there that you might not like in the finished product. Because we do all that guesswork, it makes it a little easier. It takes some of that pressure off, because I know that pressure, guys. I've been at the shop. I've seen the quilt. I want to make the quilt, and they don't have two of the fabrics I want to make the quilt, and I have to substitute, and I have to have that little bit of anxiety. Did I make a good choice? Did I make a good decision? Is it going to break the pattern? Will it not look like what I want it to look like? And that feeling is real. We all have that doubt. Some of us live in that anxiety for a little bit until it's completely done. But let's see here. So Magic says, I agree with you. Depending on the fabric or pattern, one will matter more than the other. Let's see. Nav Fabric says she's at O'Hare, has a blank screen. Am I missing it? I don't know. If you can hear me, you're probably in a good place. It might just be the Wi-Fi, and that might be slow on the video, because not all Wi-Fi is like stream videos. She loves. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Okay, we blinked for a minute, you guys. I'm hopeful that our Wi-Fi stays intact. We will keep an eye on it. We will be right here. So yeah, I think does the pattern make the quilt, or is it really all about fabric? I think it's both. I think you have to have one in a strong case in order to increase the chances of a happy outcome. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your questions. Go to cottoncuts.com/live to submit your questions for next week. We will be in person next week. In 2 weeks, we'll be in New Orleans, and I will have a ton of questions for you guys about New Orleans when we are there. I love New Orleans. It's going to be so much fun. We always have fun things planned when we are there. Our next section is what is on your sewing table. So every Monday, Team Cotton Cuts gathers. We have our show and share. We bring our projects, all the crafty things that Team Cotton Cuts is working on, or Cotton Cuts adjacent. Every now and then we get a kid project brought in. And so we always like to share that with you. So this is your opportunity to share that back with us. What are you guys working on? What's on your sewing table? I can tell you my sewing table this week was filled with Rosa's workshop project. We were wrapping that up. I was still kind of cleaning up a little bit of London Calling. I was working on that as well. So what are you guys working on your sewing table this week? Go ahead and share it in the comments. It looks like Greta is working on Clue 7 that just shipped last week for Field of Dreamers. You guys are quiet. It must have been a lag in the video, I think. I think it's technically like 28 seconds lag in video. Josie's working on Clue 7. imagine we're going to get a lot of Clue 7s. We're going to get a lot of Summits. And we'll probably get some swells, I bet you. Chloe is waiting for the next London calling. I'm going to have a fantastic, happy update for you in a second, Chloe. Quilt of Valor pattern. So Magic is working on. Fantastic. We love Quilt of Valor quilts and patterns here. Cutting Moon Dance Revival for a Quilt Guild class. That sounds interesting, Kim. Lori's working on nothing yet. That's great. It's okay to take a week off. I get it. I get it. Have 2 book nerds, 2 out together, then finally getting blocks together, Daughter's Quilt. You guys are, oh my God. Mystery 5x5, fantastic, Bobby. I love those quilts. They look fantastic. Several mini baskets and have a flower quilt and a couple of 1-hour baskets for Cleata. Finishing swell, Joe Mosley, please post it in the fabric group. I love seeing swell. Every time I see swell on my feet, it makes me so happy. And Pat is quilting her swell. Woohoo! Ann Upchurch just can't figure out London calling, trying to work it out. And if you get stuck, please go to the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group. Put your question in there. Tons and tons of helpful resources to help you, or send us an email at help@cottoncuts and we'll get you right on track. Okay, Casey. I feel like I need to see a picture of this bow keychain. I want to see what a bow keychain actually is. I feel like it might be a trend that we're needing to get on top of. But a bow keychain sounds fun. All right. Yeah, we're giggling over here because we know it's about to come. Okay, so our newest piece. So we are introducing today a new piece at Cotton Cuts. This is fun. This is exciting. We love new fun things at Cotton Cuts. Rosa's Workshop. So what is Rosa's Workshop? Might be your first question. First of all, who's this Rosa person? We keep talking about Rosa. We're going to talk a lot more about Rosa when we talk about Holiday Your Way in the month of September. Yes, that's coming too. So Rosa is the name of the Cotton Cuts logo. So when you see the spiral and it has all the fabrics and all the different shapes and patterns, we call that logo Rosa. We named her about 6 years ago. There was a whole reveal. It was a game. It was fun. And we call her Rosa as a symbol of a whole bunch of different types and techniques and quilters coming together to form a cohesive community and wheel that's bound by a love of stitching. Everyone has their own favorite pattern. Some people are polka dots, some people are stripes, some people are swirls, some people are spirals. And really the logo represents all the quilters within the Cotton Cuts community because everyone belongs here. We love Rosa. We use Rosa a lot. So when it came time to name this newest project at Cotton Cuts, Rosa's Workshop was like top of the list. We loved using Rosa's Workshop to talk about what we are doing in this next chapter at Cotton Cuts. So every live show, we are going to be introducing a new small batch project that will be pre-cut. Most of them are going to be pre-cut. That'll be a quick project in a very limited amount that will go live on our website at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. So it will go right after this show. I'm going to stick to an hour. It's going to force me to stick to an hour. This new project from Rosa's Workshop is going to go live on the website. We have 6 months of ideas planned for this, you guys. We have a huge amount of projects that we are looking at that we've just been queuing and looking for a good opportunity to put together because we know how much you guys like pre-cut projects. We know how much you guys like kits. And so we really wanted to put all of what we do really well together into a program for you guys. And that was the birth of Rosa's Workshop. So our first project in Rosa's Workshop is something that I completed at Motivation when I went to Moda's headquarters in June. This is one of the projects that they had all the quilt shop owners put together, and I was so happy to make it. It was so much fun. It went together so quickly. I was like, this has to be the first project for Rosa's Workshop. And so I'm going to show you the one that I made in the class. And then I'm going to show you guys the kits that the Cotton Cuts team has put together that are going to be on, the website at 10:30. Yes, Pat, you were absolutely right. Swell with the colors reversed as a dark background is one of a potential, is a future Rosa's Workshop project. Like I said, we've got 6 months planned. Swell with the dark background is one of those projects. So let me get to the one we're going to do today because it's like today time. So this is the first Rosa's Workshop project, you guys. This cute little door bow is our first project. And so hold on, we're going to change that URL. It's cottoncuts.com/Rosa's Workshop. And so this bow is a quilted patchwork. So it's 2.5-inch squares that are all stitched together. It has Bosal interfacing on the inside of it to give it this nice stiff fixture. It went together so fast, you guys. All you're doing is sewing the squares together into strips. Then you're basting it onto the fusible interfacing, putting a backing on it, and you've got a bow. And so our team looked at this and was like, this is super stinking cute. What we want to do with this, and there's only, I'm going to tell you guys, there's less than 25 of these kits on the website. But the fabrics that we have chosen for this first Rosa's Workshop release, we love this pattern. It's going to come back for holidays. We've chosen colors like swell. And so what we have is we've chosen a purple kit. And so here, let me see if I can do this without all these fabrics sliding off, because that's how this is going to work. So we've got some purple fabrics that we have put together. Our intention with this was a little different than we did with swell. So with swell, we wanted to be shades of a color. So when we said purple, it was purples, right? When we're looking at the bow for Rosa's Workshop, we wanted it to read as purple. And so what we did is we put all these fabrics together that reads as purple in the purple kit. We also have, I know because a lot of people said they like purples, we also have a blue kit for those of you that like blue. So I'm going to show you here's the first kit on the top, and then I'm going to peel off some of these fabrics so you guys can see what's underneath. So there's a blue kit to make a blue bow. And again, because it's cotton cuts, everything is absolutely pre-cut for you. So all these squares are pre-cut. All you got to do is take this kit, stitch them together into rows and columns, and you can make that bow that I just showed you. And so there's blues. Then there's the color that I am incapable of seeing. There's greens. You guys, Dominic picked this out. He is the green lover. And so I let him pick out all the green fabrics that we're going to be using. And so here's what it looks like on the top. I'm going to see if I can get them to not fall off. So this is the greens. And so there are 200 squares in each of these kits, you guys. So it's a lot of squares, but we've done all that cutting for you. So you don't have to cut them. You don't have to go and find all these green fabrics in your stash. Because for me, I would be hard pressed to find these green fabrics in my stash. But if you could find these fabrics, right, we would do all the cutting. We've done all the coordinating for you. And then red, because red is fantastic and red is awesome. And so here's the red kit for you guys. Pictures of all of these are on the website. So if I'm going too fast, or perhaps your video is breaking up, or you're in a place where you can't necessarily see what's on the screen, pictures of all of these kits. Yes. So, Kay, you're absolutely spot on. A future Rosa's Workshop is going to be holiday themed versions of this door bow, because don't you want a holiday themed bow on your door? Now, as we look at describing this project, I was like, this we are broken. It's okay. There's a lot of people that put that little goose and dress it up. I feel like the door bow is so popular right now. I see so many people doing this, and I feel like this could definitely be holidays. We wanted to give you your chance to put your favorite color. I know, Savannah, it's breaking up. I'm so sorry. We wanted to put your favorite color on your door, just to be like, hey, quilter lives here. I am so proud to be a quilter, and this pattern is cute and easy and goes together. So to summarize, those kits are going to, oh, I almost forgot. Pattern. The kit's going to come with the pattern. It's going to come with all the fabric you need. It's going to come with the fabric for the backing. And it is going to come with the zip ties that you need to cinch that bow together in the middle. So everything you need to make the kit is going to come with it. We have also included as an option the Bosal inner foam interfacing to make that bow stiff. You can use batting. If you've got batting scraps and you want to use batting scraps from your house, you can definitely use those in the bow. If you have other Soft and Stable, for example, by Annie's, you can use that. But we have the option to add the foam, so that way it's one complete package. You'll get everything you need. You can sit and sew. You can take this to a retreat, everything you need in one complete package. Like I said, it's $10.30. It is $45 for just the pre-cut fabric, the pattern, and the zip ties. And I think it's another $15 if you want to add the foam. So make sure you're paying attention after the live and you head over to the website, because we'll be cut more again. So this is going to be what I showed you, the colors. This is the only time we're going to do this. Now, the future iterations with the holidays, those are opportunistically going to pop up as we can. But right now, the colors, this is one and done. And so once it's off the website, there's no restocks. There's not going to be any going back. But we will have future iterations of this on future shows, Patch. So I hope that answers your question. So 10:30, don't forget to go to the website. Joanna is going to make it live at 10:30, whether or not I'm still talking here or not. So let's hopefully get to the end so you guys can go and get your bows. Those are so cute. When I showed them in the shop, you guys, everyone wanted to buy one of every color. It is fantastic and is amazing. And also, there's no reason why you can't get two kits and mix and match colors. So say you want something that's blue and green, get blue and green and make two bows and give it to a friend, or sew it with a friend. All those fantastic options are definitely on the table. All right. So what is happening in the shop? So let's give some updates as to what shipping and some shipping status and some shipping oddities that we are encountering. So Summit is our biggest one. So the team worked super hard on Summit, you guys. We had the most out on time of any Puzzle Mystery Quilt to date. They had fantastic job die cutting, fantastic job kitting, getting things out the mail, getting things in the door. I think we have maybe just 3 kits left that are going out the door today. And then we have everyone that's ordered in the past week. Lori, we don't have just the pattern on the website right now. That might be something we add in the future, but we bought just enough patterns for the kits we have. The pattern is also available. The designer is Brooklyn Dawn. She has it on her website as well. You can buy the pattern from her. And I think she might have a digital download. But yes, you can definitely check out Brooklyn Dawn for the pattern. Okay, back to Summit. So we have just the people that have ordered in the past week or two. And so we're getting caught up on all of those last shipments. Now, we are seeing some very, very odd things happening in the postal service. And I want to make sure that everyone's just up to speed that it's the summer, it's the post office, it's hot, power is surging, and weather is happening. And strange things are happening to these boxes. I put it in the Facebook group that we did have one package that left St. Louis and went to Puerto Rico on its way to Washington, D.C. Why? I don't know. You guys, I wish I could control that. I wish I could make sure that it doesn't do that and then it makes it to you. What we can do is we can work with our postal partners to track where your package is, to get it back on track and to get it to you. We have another package that was supposed to go just down the road to Springfield and three hours away, like not even that far. And it's somehow sitting in Sacramento and has 2 shipping labels on it, one of which is the right one that's completely mangled. So you guys, this is one of these things that we can only do so much. And even something as simple as when your package is scanned. We have had many packages that don't get scanned until it hits your porch. And I know that's frustrating for you guys. And you're like, where's my stuff? It hasn't been scanned. It hasn't shipped. Okay, that's something the post office can control. And they will not scan it sometimes until it actually lands on your doorstep. But then on the other side, we will have a package. I'm Shirley in Alaska. Her package arrived a week early. It was supposed to arrive next week. It arrived yesterday from what the tracking said. So sometimes miracles happen and things just arrive early, but sometimes they like to take their own little way to you. Every package that we ship for Summit has a tracking number on it. If yours is stuck, if you see that it's not moving, reach out to us and we will put that missing mail request in to get it to you, to get you back to sewing. I know it's frustrating, you guys, but the good news is that it's a 10-month program. So while you might be a week or 2 delayed early on, and I know some of you were sewing with groups and that's frustrating because you missed the first session, and I'm so very sorry about that, you guys. But the next month's on 2 through 10, you guys will be back on track with everyone else. Let's see here. Yes, Kathy Schultz is absolutely right. And so post office is really pushing ground delivery instead of priority, which is adding to their delivery times. And I will also share with you guys that in the past month or 2, USPS has increased the charges to deliver packages to what they determine rural areas. We're still figuring out what that definition is. What is a rural area? But ultimately, if you live in an area that has a city less than a certain amount, they're adding more time and they're adding more cost to get your package to you. So I don't know why. That's something that just rolled out within the past month or 2, you guys. It is very, very strange. These are all things that we are working within. In parallel, we're going to start looking at possibly shipping UPS or FedEx. Those have their downsides as well. They're not nearly as consistent as USPS. But this is something our team constantly looks at because we know you want to get your goods as quick as you possibly can. We know you're excited to start these programs and we want to get you guys sewing and back on track as fast as we possibly can. Bobby says her package is still showing arriving August 20th. I don't know, man. Shirley in Alaska got hers a week early. Maybe Bobby, yours is on that same path too. Let's see here. A post to us says it's desperate for workers. They can only do so much. Yes, Savannah. And so I made sure to say that in our post, you guys. The person that hands you your box, your delivery carrier that's handing it to you, they're not the reason why anything's delayed or misdirected or a label jumped, you guys. Everyone's doing the best they can in this process. Even us, like, I wish I could deliver it to your mailbox. We just can't do that. But everyone's doing the best they can. Just be patient. There's a lot of things to be sewn. There's a lot of good projects out there to be made. And I'm sure that when it arrives, you'll be off and sewing. And in 4 months, we're going to forget this even happened. Bobby says her daughter got hers yesterday too. So I'm hoping maybe the Alaska route opened up really fast. Nightglow Clue 7 is MIA. So Nightglow, so Clue 7 actually just shipped on Friday, Sandy. So I'm hoping that we usually give those 2 weeks. It's only been about 6 days. So hopefully it'll be there soon. Kathy says she uses pirate ship a few dollars less than USPS direct. So Kathy, we actually have a negotiated corporate rate with USPS, which is cheaper than pirate ship. So because we have a high volume, because we have a certain route, we get a dedicated carrier, we have dedicated packaging. And so we actually use a different service that connects directly with USPS. It's fantastic for us up until the point that we need them to scan and actually deliver the mail. Yes, fly out to Kentucky to deliver. We can do lunch. Petch, maybe we'll do a retreat in Kentucky. You just never know. All right, so Summit is coming, you guys. If you are a Blossom Peak, I want to remind everyone, this is transitioning into our London calling update. If you're a Blossom Peak detective, those fabrics were delayed out of London. There's been evidently heavy rain and severe weather, and those fabrics were delayed. We did receive the cream that we needed for London calling. So if you're a London calling detective, there is no delay this month. You're going to get your kit on time, and we're just smooth sailing till the end because they delivered us a ton of cream fabric. So if you are London calling, yay, you are on track. Those kits are being cut now, and we intend to ship them on the 20th on time, no delay. And if you're a Bear Claw, you're going to get the extra strips. It is all coming together on London calling. What that means is that the Blossom Peak detectives, your fabrics are right on the heels, right? So there's a ton of Liberty of London fabric that they've been receiving at Riley Blake. So it is coming. Our team is ready when it arrives. Everything that we have here has been cut. We know exactly what needs to be cut when those fabrics come in. So if you're Blossom Peak prepaid or month to month, yes, Lynn Hughes, it has not yet because we are still missing some of the fabrics. When it comes in, it will ship. We were anticipating shipping at the end of September. I am anticipating now, and I'm pushing the team to get it out by the beginning of September. If we just signed up for London calling, so you will get your month 1, 2, and 3 now, and then you'll get month 4 with everybody else. Let's see here. Joanne Reed says she had a prescription from Chesterfield, went to St. Louis to Springfield. Yeah, sat there for 4 days, back to Springfield. Yes, that's crazy. Some of the stories our packages could tell, right? What on earth is So Magic? Where do you live? Okay, that one, you can answer that one. So Blossom Peak, like I said, we know we have everything on site cut that we can. Once it arrives, we know exactly what needs to be cut. Like I said, it was going to be shipping end of September. We are shooting for beginning of September now to get everyone in Blossom Peak back on track and caught up with everyone. Yes, Kim, I saw that I saw what happened. We are going to get you refunded and taken care of. I don't necessarily know what happened there. We're going to get our corporate folks are going to take care of that for us. So you are going to be totally fine and in the right place. Okay. Clue 7, Field of Dreamers. We already touched on this one. So Field of Dreamers is 3 clues to the finish, you guys. I know we're moving on to Summit, and I know we're moving on to Rosa's workshop, and I know we're moving on to London Calling. We're talking about Holiday Your Way soon. But Field of Dreamers has 3 months to the finish line. Clue 7 shipped on Friday. Give that 2 weeks, you guys, to get to you before you let us know. Unless it was mailed to the wrong address, we are having many of those. If you're changing your address, let us know. It needs to change in a couple places. And if you have any shipments outstanding, it will not change it there. So definitely let us know so we can get you the right stuff in the right place at the right time. And also a quick reminder for all of our projects. If you're missing a piece, if you've lost one, if you've missewn it or you put a hole in it, if your dog ate it, if your husband threw it away, yes, Greta, I see you. If any of that has happened, reach out to us. We actually keep a library of parts and pieces for programs for about 2 to 3 years. We actually just had someone reach out to us about Starling from Flyaway. And then also someone reached out to us about a Wild West colorway. You guys, we were able to get them parts and pieces for their mysteries. So definitely reach out to us if you're working on an older program and you don't have everything you need. We want you to finish all of these programs. We don't want you to have a quilt that's missing a triangle. Like, we can help with that. We can fix that. We can get you back on track. All right, we already talked about London Calling. We already talked about the bear claws and the lovely fabrics. You guys keep posting those on social media. It makes me so happy to see them all. Love, love, love it. Don't forget to follow Fancy Nancy on her adventure. We have about a week here and to get her from one stop to the next stop. I think she's going to Covent Garden this month. You guys, that's super simple. Just she starts at one station, she needs to get to a second station. What's the route she's going to take in the tube to get there? And what is the best and easiest way? Enter online. We're giving away gift cards. I think it's 2 to 4 a month, you guys. There's tons of gift cards that are going out simply by just taking a half a second and figuring out how to map from one location to the next. She's going on quite an adventure as she is going to be navigating public transit to get to Liberty of London store, the flagship store. You guys, I know there's a more direct way for her to get there, but it's a lot more fun to hit all these touristy destinations in London on her way and learn about all the fun things. Also going out is our Cuddle Books. Cuddle Books will be shipping next week. You guys, Cuddle Books is our cute little fun membership for those that want to make fabric books for children. We have gotten in some titles that are just a little bit older. So if your child is 5 to 8 years old, we definitely have some older fabric covered books. They're fantastic for reinforcing colors and numbers and manners and cars and animals and all the things that we want kids to learn about. Kathy, congratulations. She says he has a new grandson, Benjamin. I bet Benjamin would be a Cuddle Book fan. All right. And then what we are immersed in right now, we are doing everything for our New Orleans retreat kits. Our house party kits are going to ship today, and we get to go to New Orleans in a week and a half. You guys know I love New Orleans. It's one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. We'll talk more about it in 2 weeks, but that's where our team is right now. We're also making the Charles Cameron kits for his semi-improv pattern. You guys, we never end around here. We are always working. We're always doing fantastic things, and it keeps us all very, very busy. All right, talking about busy, let's talk about unboxing the Summit Puzzle Mystery Quilt. We usually like to do this after everyone has their package, so you guys can get it. As I go through each of these layers, if you have any questions about anything, this is your opportunity. We're doing this for you guys. This is your opportunity to ask the question, hey, I'm stuck on, I don't understand, what is this insert, all of the things. And I hope even our most seasoned detectives will learn something as we go through this box. So this is the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt box. You either got, if you prepaid for your mystery and you got it all at once, it's going to come to you in this box. Your box might be orange, it might be blue, and you might have one of each if you ordered 2. But this is going to be the Cotton Cuts box that's going to come to you if you have a prepaid quilt. If you're due month to month, it's going to be in a craft envelope, and it's going to be all the fabric and all the instructions you need to make month 1 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt Mystery. What I am unboxing for you today is called Juniper Peak. So this colorway is sold out. It is a green watercolor collection. Very, 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 very popular. Yes, Shirley loves the Juniper Peak fabrics that she received yesterday, 10 days, a week early. Brittany got the orange box. She's so excited for the new color boxes. I didn't realize when we changed the color that people would be like, we need an orange box, we need a blue box. So we still have a little bit of both. For a little bit, you might get one or the other. Now, the first thing you notice when you open the prepaid box is there's a bunch of artwork on top, and then all the fabric. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the pieces of artwork on top. You guys, we don't waste money on paper here. So everything that's in your kit is here with design, with intention, and with purpose. So make sure that you're not, I get it. You love good fabric, right? So you're just going to take all this stuff offside and like show me the good stuff on the inside. But I want to make sure that before you cast all your papers aside, that you go through each of them and you know the purpose that they're here for and why it's so important for us. So the very first thing is the welcome, right? And so this is welcoming to our Puzzle Mystery Quilt Summit. The most important thing on this list is how to access FileCamp, how to access our evidence locker. And so evidence locker is where we store all the digital files for our prepaid detectives. That's where you're going to get your clue 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through to 10. We email them to you too, but the evidence locker is where all those files are located. I know some people are having, things, we're restoring all the stuff, you guys. It just crashed on us and it wasn't super great, but we'll get you in the right place. Just let us know. Let's see here. Have you thought about a camera above you to show things that don't slide on you? Yes, Kate. We actually have a setup for that, and we've used it before. I think I used it on one of our shows recently, but we'll work on that. But then I have to have like something in my face here. We'll figure it out. So 2 things on this is how to access the evidence locker is on this paper. That is only for prepaid detectives. If you're month to month, you don't need access to that. The instructions are going to come to you each month. And so just make sure that you have access to the evidence locker. And then the other bit is how to contact us if you're missing any parts or pieces. And so we put this website on about 7 different layers of artwork. And I say that and I feel like I'm kidding, but it's really not. It's cottoncuts.com/PMQ-support. if something is happening and you're missing a triangle or something was miscut or you're sitting on it and you don't realize and you need to sew, or a dog or a husband, right? All those things. CottonCuts.com/PMQ support. Now, I want to make sure that everyone's clear. That's not the like, I need a response from someone. That's the I'm missing one or two parts or pieces. If you need a response from someone, then you need to email help@cottoncuts.com. That PMQ support is meant to go directly to our production team. They're going to grab the parts and pieces you need, and they're going to go out the door before you even hit the button submit. So that keeps that process running real smoothly. If you're submitting questions there, guys, it really does slow it down a little bit, because then we have to loop back in our customer service team, because these go to the production team. And so it does add just a little bit of work. We're navigating through all that. If you send it to the wrong place, it's totally fine. But if you have a question, please go help@cottoncuts.com. So that's the importance of this first piece of paper. This guy, do not lose this guy. This guy is the swatch booklet. It is one of the most important pieces of artwork in the box. There's also a reason why we attach it to your order. So you have it as a digital download when you purchase the prepaid quilt, or the month-to-month. You actually get it in both. And then we also upload additional copies in an evidence locker. This guy is so important because of, first, what's on the back. So this is the key that tells you which fabric in your collection matches the fabric in the box. So this tells you what fabric A is, B, C, D, E, F, and which is your binding fabric. So all your fabrics are laid out here. When you go to sew each month, this is super helpful and almost critical to have to be able to sew each monthly clue, which is why we put it in so many places. Because if you misplace this, if you lose this, we want to make sure that you guys can sew when you have the time and when you have the fabrics. So keep the swatch booklet patched. There's also a lot of people who will actually take a picture of this, right? So it's on their cell phone. So if they are at a retreat and they forget to pack this, it's on their cell phone. They have a digital copy, all the things. This is your guide. You need to keep this for all of 10 months. Now, underrated benefit is everything that's on the inside, you guys. So this is something that a lot of people don't open this. You'd be surprised. And so I'm telling you, take the time to open it. There are a lot of tips and tricks over here for first timers. If this is your first time doing a puzzle mystery quilt, this has been sourced over 10 years of running this program, 20 different mystery quilts. We have a lot of tips and tricks here to help you. We also have the websites. Again, I told you like 7 places. PMQ support is here, as well as help at Cotton Cuts is here. This is also all of your email dates and all of the shipping dates, and all your renewal dates. So if you're going to get charged, the information is in here. All of our ship dates are in here. So if you're like, oh my gosh, when does Clue 4 ship? Tells you right here on this little calendar, guys. And I mean, Cotton Cuts PMQ support, also how to join our Facebook group if you're on Facebook. And it also tells you about the next mystery that's going to sign up. So I know a lot of people get this and they use this, they get this, but please make sure you're opening it up. There's tons of good information in here. And if you hold on to this, you will always have access to it. Next up, so this is something fun that we are doing for this mystery. And so this little piece of paper, this little quarter sheet piece of paper, and it has a little like last light on garnet pink. We always like to do something fun and entertaining and just cool with our projects at Cotton Cuts. So we do Fancy Nancy, right? She's doing her little tube journey all around London, trying to get to the Liberty of London shop. We've done Flat Nancy before. I've already heard from some of you guys that miss Flat Nancy. Flat Nancy is going to take a break for this one. And instead what we're doing is we're doing an online version of what Jason and I do in person for our retreats. So each month, when you go to the website, cottoncuts.com/garnetpeak, we're going to be releasing a new video. And it's going to be this mystery, the last light on garnet peak. We're going to introduce characters to you, and there is going to be a crime. Someone will die in this one. I will share that with you now. And your task as a viewer of these videos is to deduce who the murderer is based upon the information that Jason and I think Dominic is in this one. Jason, Dominic, and I are sharing with you. And so there's going to be, you'll get some background, you'll get some clues, you'll get some information. I will tell you, the first person to guess correctly is going to win a free puzzle mystery quilt for next year's fall puzzle mystery quilt. So there's a little strategy here, you guys. As you're listening to the clues, you want to be first, but you also want to be accurate because you only get one guess. And so you can submit guesses after the 3rd video is dropped. You might want to wait till 4, 5, or 6. I'm just saying when we do this in person, seldom is the person who submits after clue 3 the right person. let's see here. Oh, Yana is saying she wants a random draw. Okay, so Yana, because we're making these rules up as we go. So the first person, and then anyone else who submits a correct response will be entered to win. So we're going to give away 2 free PMQs. So the first person's definitely getting one. And if you submit a correct guess between now and the reveal, we'll also pick one lucky person from that draw. Okay, Yana, is that okay? I think that works. So we'll give away 2 PMQs. Yes, so here's how all the instructions on how this works. Go watch the videos. Guesses will open after clue 3, and we'll update all of the website stuff. So it'll be the first person and then one lucky person from everyone else who guesses correctly. Okay, problem solved. See, this is fantastic, you guys. Okay, so you guys write all that stuff down, so make sure to do that. Okay. The next piece we have is the fun part. Okay, so this is the instruction sheet for our new half rectangle triangle shape. So for those of you that participated in island hopping for the 5x5 design, we sewed the shape. And these were the instructions we provide everyone on how to line up the die cut triangles to make sure they go correctly together. This is a paper version with instructions. We also have a website, cottoncuts.com/HRT, that has some videos and explains how to do half rectangle triangles. And Savannah Stillman is amazing and awesome. And she has some light box pictures that she posted in the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group. I think we're going to pin that to the top, you guys. All of these resources here to help you. This shape seems super tricky, but I know when we did it for island hopping, people were trepidatious at first, and then by the time you got to about 10, they were off and running and everything was great and everything was fantastic. So you guys, this is our new challenge, right? We're doing Summit. We're trying to achieve new skills, get to the top of the mountain. This is kind of our new challenge. If you are stuck, please ask help. Please ask for help. You can ask for help in the group. You can send us help at Cotton Cuts. We will help get you back on track. We have video tutorials, we have paper tutorials, and due to Savannah, we now have images inside the Facebook group, so you guys can definitely take a look and help figure out these parts. Yes, Savannah, it's she's so funny. Sometimes we need to see these things in a different light. She actually put the parts on a light box so you guys could see through it and how it works together. Savannah, it's amazing. Everyone has a different learning technique. Please do not be afraid to ask if these aren't working for you, and our team will see what we can do to put it together. Oh yeah, Sandy, I'm so sorry. So inside the booklet, it still says Under the Sea. We just didn't get a chance we missed that in our final take, and it should say Summit. It's all the same. It works for Summit. All right, next up, everyone, month to month and prepaid is going to get this little sheet of section labels. And so I know we saw this. I saw this a question already. What are these for? So as you stitch together each month, as you stitch it together, you're going to be told to label this as section 1A, label this as section 1B. So what this is you're just going to cut these little labels out and you're going to pin them using a straight pin to those clues, and it helps in your final assembly. I know you're like, oh, I'm just putting inside clue 1 and put it back in its envelope and everything will be great and gravy. Definitely put these on there because the final instructions are going to say, so section 1A to 4B to 7C to 5 to 5A, whatever. They're going to say those things. And if you have the section labels actually pinned to your parts and pieces, it's going to go together so much smoothly, so much more smoothly. Your future self is going to thank you. So definitely make sure that you have your section labels, you've cut them out, and you keep them close to your Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Everyone gets these month to month as well as prepaid detectives. And then in the prepaid box, this is something we were asked to do, oh gosh, several mysteries ago now, is actually put the inventory of all the parts and pieces that are inside the box. So if you're a super eager beaver, a super overachiever, and you get that prepaid box, you are more than welcome to open each bag and take a look and make sure that all your parts and pieces match these counts. And then that way you can let us know, hey, I think I might be missing this, or hey, sometimes that, or we are more than happy to do that. I think we just got one today that's like, hey, I looked up and, in month 7, I have triangles that I need, and we'll send them to them, and it's great and it's fine and it's fantastic. This is also just kind of that peace of mind. You can do it. You don't have to, but it's there in case you want to do it. And also gives you a peek as to what some of the shapes are that are coming up in future months. Now, that's all the artwork. That's all the paperwork. That's all those types of things. Now we get to do the fun stuff, what's inside the box. So if you are prepaid, it's just like one of those fancy little Lego sets. You're going to grab the label, the bag that goes to the clue that matches the month you're in. So we're in clue 1. So everyone's going to grab their clue 1 envelope. If you're doing month to month, you're just going to open the envelope that was sent to you. One of the most common questions we get asked is, what is this thing? There's something in my clue 1. Do I need it to sew with? What is it there for? So something we have done since the beginning of time, since Puzzle Mystery Quilt 1, is we have always included gifts at month 1, 5, and 10. So this is the, I'm so excited, I'm stitching and sewing. You are on the right track, in the right place gift. 5 is you've made it halfway. Let's celebrate halfway. We're so excited we made it halfway in this program. Yay. And then 10 is you made it to the end. And so I know that, so everyone's going to get the same gifts this time. So if you're month to month and you don't want to know what your gifts are, then don't look. But this is going to be our gift for month 1. Our gift for month 5 is going to be a fantastic drawstring backpack. And our gift for month 10 are going to be pens. They're not the same little like lemonade pens that you guys love and enjoy. We like to shake it up every now and then. These pens are Team Likes. They're super soft feel, but you're going to get pens for Clue 10. And inside is all your fabrics. So we will do we have separate videos where we walk through on how to open these, how to match them up to the instructions, and how to actually sew. But I wanted to show you guys that you're just going to grab the bag that says Clue 1, match it with your Clue 1 instructions. I strongly, strongly, strongly suggest keeping all of your clues inside a box. If you have one, sew it, put it back in the box. Pull the next one out, sew it, put it back in the box. That way it keeps it all together. If you are doing month to month, or if you don't have the box, because say, for example, your husband recycled it, or your dog ate it, or any of those things we've talked about, or your partner recycled it, however you do those things, pizza box. Go to a pizza shop close to you, get a clean, unused pizza box. That works just as well. And a lot of people oftentimes use the 12 by 12 scrapbooking containers that you can get at Michael's, that you can get at a craft store. That also works very well for storing all your parts and pieces. Bottom line, make sure everything stays together. This is a 10-month program, you guys. We're going to get to the end, and your future self will thank you if you keep it all together. Patch uses the clean pizza box. Yes, that was one of those that came out in like the first or second mystery, and I continue to use that every time. If someone needs something to organize their Puzzle Mystery Quilt clues, a clean pizza box works really, really, really well. And I mean, you can recycle it when you're done. It's also great. The project boxes, the 12 by 12 project boxes are also really good, Shirley, as well. So you'll have all of your clues. If you've prepaid, your Oops kit should be inside of that. Your pillowcase kit should be inside of that. Your thread should be inside of that. And your color challenge cards will be inside of that. Those were all options that you could choose to add on. You didn't have to. Those were all optional things. For the backing, so we had some issues getting our wide backs in this month. I don't know why. We were promised them months and months ago, and we keep asking and following up. So wide back is one of those things. You should have received a note if your wide back was unavailable. As it comes in, we're going to ship those out to you guys. Please, 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 please. This happens every time. Please don't lose your wide back fabric when we send it to you in month 1. I always struggle with, do we send the wide back fabric in month 1 or do we wait until month 10? Because technically you don't need it until month 10. So please don't lose that wide back. Every single time we get from someone who's like, I received the wide back and I lost it, and can I replace it? And it's not very easy for us to do at Clue 10. So make sure that you're keeping track of that wide back when it comes to you. Border kits. We're getting lots of questions about border kits. Border kits always come at the end. It doesn't matter if you prepay or month to month, they always come at the end. And so there's a couple reasons why we do that. A, it takes our team a lot of time to cut those border kits because we cut them run of fabric, because they're cut continuously. They're not cut with the fabric, so you don't have to piece them together. Because they're cut so long, it takes us a long time to put that through our process, especially as many border kits as we have to make. And we don't want to have to delay your prepaid kit or your month 1 to get those border kits. The second thing to do is it's very, very, very hard, almost impossible for us to replace a border kit at the end if we lose it. So if we mail it to you at Clue 1, because we have to get, in some cases, 88 inches of fabric to replace some of those strips, you guys, it is almost impossible for us to replace them. And so the number of folks that would lose them and we wouldn't be able to replace them is too high. It's too big of a risk for us. And so we'd rather mail those border kits at the end. So even if you prepaid, your border kit will come at the end because we don't want to delay your Clue 1, but we also don't want you to lose it because it is so costly for us to replace and nearly impossible for us at the end. Because these fabrics, as you guys know, fabric is a melting ice cube. And so fabrics we have today, we cannot rebuy again in 10 months. And so we definitely want to make sure that we hold that fabric. It's all here. Everything is here and on site for us. We'll hold it here for 10 months so you guys don't have to hold it for 10 months and lose it. All right. And then the Stitch It border kits. Okay, so those will ship at the end as well. That is literally, I think, everything that comes inside of a prepaid box. Hopefully you guys got everything. All the artwork is there. All the color challenge blocks are there. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate. Help@cottoncuts.com. Make sure that you are going into the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group. Like I said, Savannah was incredibly helpful with those half rectangle triangles, you guys. She was amazing. There are lots of valuable experienced resources out there for you. If you need a refresher and you're like, hey, it's been a long time since I've done a PMQ. What does this mean? Something has changed. How can I possibly get on the right track? Please, by all means, ask all those questions. That's the Cotton Cuts community. That's the Rosa we talked about, right? Everyone fits within the community. Everyone has a place. And so be sure to just ask the questions. Don't be afraid. If you have the question, someone else has it too. Okay. Oh, and this is also, so Dominic's helping with our script as well. And so he put this in here a lot of times. And so one of the things he wants me to remind everyone is we'll cut the pretty fabric so you don't have to. That's the thing with all of these kits, right? These fabrics are beautiful. These are lovely. We're going to cut it out again. Okay. I think I'm back. I was out for a minute. I think we're back. We're gonna have to figure that part out. All right. Let's see here. So the end of the show. So we're gonna do our gift card giveaway. For all of you that have hung with me to the end of the show, we're gonna ask a question. You're gonna find this video on Instagram, on YouTube, or on Facebook. You're gonna answer the question. We'll pick one lucky winner to win a $25 gift card to the Cotton Cuts shop. For answering this question, the question is, do you think your quilting has a recognizable signature? And would others agree? So if someone was to see a project from you, will they say that's a Yana project, that's a Stacy project, that's a Bobby project, that's a Savannah project? Does your quilting have a signature to it? And so if no, say that. If yes, then what is that signature and would others agree? So make sure to answer that question in the comments. So find the video on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, answer the question in the comments, and Allison will pick one lucky person to get a $25 gift card to the Cotton Cut shop. The Rosa's workshop, you guys, is about to open, and I believe 4 minutes here. So I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I kind of like that this is going to keep me to kind of an hour show. But be sure to join us next week. We have another fantastic tomorrow. Next week is an educational concept. And then in 2 weeks, we're all going to be about New Orleans. And I should have some future retreat locations to announce. So you are going to want to stay tuned when we come to you live from New Orleans. I'm seeing a lot of like, nope, no signatures. I always do something different than everyone else. Brittany, I do like that response as well. Vibrant prints mixed together. According to my long armor, my quilt tops have very good looking back. If that, I think that counts as a signature. I think a clean looking back of your quilt is a signature. Unless it's, she's learning as she goes, Jan. I love that. Let's see here. Joe Mosley says each quilt is new and different. Love learning new. Rosa's Advent Becoming Disney Dame. That is coming in September. We'll have all of your Rosa's Holiday Your Way things, including some new things the team is doing this year. That's all going to come in September. Let's see here. Lonnie is known as the local bag lady. I like that because she makes a lot of bags. Don't think signatures. You guys don't have signatures. That's fine. As the quilter. Yeah, I feel. Okay, Dory, I'm going to stay on that for a second. Yes, I feel like many of us are often just known as the quilter, right? You need something quilted, just go to the quilter. And sometimes that includes hemming pants, which is fine and fantastic and amazing. Kay's looking for, yeah, Kay, I'm going to have an exciting one about Chesterfield for you. Signature color palette is pink, orange, and purple. Shane says quilts are a mix of mid-century modern and op art. Shirley says she wishes she did. Maybe that's a goal. Maybe that's a summit for you to work on, Shirley, is something that there's a signature. Yay. Okay, fantastic. That is it for me, you guys. Everyone get lots of sewing in this weekend. Stay cool if it's cold. Stay dry if it, or stay cool if it's hot where you are. Stay dry if it's raining. And we will see you all soon. Bye. And cut. Thank you so much for watching our video. We have so much fun making these, and we hope that you were both delighted and inspired by what you just watched. This video was sponsored by Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is your one stop for all the best fabric and thread memberships. Love fabric? We've got you covered. Love thread? We've got you covered. We get that no two quilters are cut from the same cloth, which is why our memberships are as unique as you. We also have the largest block of the month in the world. Over 4,000 detectives solve our puzzle mystery quilts every year, and you can join them. Simply go to cottoncuts.com to learn more about all the awesome and fun things that we're doing. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our new fresh content every time it comes out. Thank you so much. Happy sewing enthusiasts, and we will see you soon. Bye now.